Hi friends, Marcy Schoenborn here of ShowFit, your nutritionist that never stops researching. And friends, when I do a talk, you can bank on the fact that I have looked at the scientific data and I have dug deep. And so one thing that you can do if you have questions about things that you see all over the internet where we have like the ocean of misinformation, you can bring those things to me and I can dig deep in research and I can get you the proper answers. So, a key to wellness is stop listening to a lot of what people are talking about on the internet. So, today we're here to talk about oxalates. Lots of misinformation about that. Is the oxalate fear overexaggerated? Yes. For most people, oxalate fear is heavily overblown. What are oxalates? Oxalates are natural compounds in plants: spinach, beet greens, rhubarb, nuts, chocolate, etc. They can bind calcium in the gut, reducing calcium absorption from that specific food, not pulling calcium from the bones. In susceptible individuals, excess oxalates can contribute to kidney stone formation, calcium oxalate stones, and know that there are different types of stones. So if you have kidney stones and you've been told they are calcium oxalate stones, you are part of the population that struggles with oxalates. Most people don't. So does everyone need to worry about oxalates? Big no. Only specific groups may need to moderate oxalate intake. And these at-risk groups, those with a history of calcium oxalate kidney stones. And even then, the focus is usually on maintaining hydration and balanced calcium intake rather than strict oxalate elimination. Okay, oxalates do have a place. Everything designed for us to consume, God designed for our bodies to utilize it. The unfortunate thing is most of the time when a body can't utilize it properly, the body has been broken, cellular degradation, the body has been broken by chemicals in man's food. And often we can fix that. So rare metabolic disorders causing primary hyperoxaluria, and that is extremely rare. I've worked with hundreds of clients, never had somebody come to me with primary hyperoxaluria. So for everyone else, your gut bacteria, the oxalobacter formagenes help degrade oxalates. So your gut was designed with the proper bacteria to degrade the oxalates to the level that it needs. A balanced, diverse gut microbiome, which unfortunately most people don't have. That's the sad part. But again, we can fix that. Plus adequate hydration. A lot of people are not hydrated properly. They're buying into the fact that they need to use a lot of external things for hydration when we need good old water. And normal kidney function allows your body to handle dietary oxalates without issue. Plant-based diets with high oxalate foods have not been shown to cause calcium deficiency or generalized health issues in the general population. Oxalates in the context of health. So eating calcium-rich foods with high oxalate foods reduces oxalate absorption by forming insoluble calcium oxalates in the gut, which is excreted. Leafy greens are valuable for nutrients despite oxalates. We need vitamins K, C, magnesium, folate, polyphenols. We can't get those nutrients from the exact dietary pushers, let's call them that are the people claiming we should avoid oxalates. Oh my God, avoid spinach, it hurts you. We can't get the vitamins we need for our body using the foods that these people are pushing. We need the gamut, we need the variety. And I am not a vegan. I love a great juicy steak. My husband's a big hunter. We harvest a lot of very good healthy meat. That's the key, healthy meat. And we need everything that God designed for us to consume and in the fashion he designed it, not processed. So fear around oxalates causing inflammation or leaking calcium is not supported by solid clinical evidence for the general population. That means most people. Where the fear is coming from. Social media detox circles and certain restrictive diet promoters often use oxalates to demonize plant foods or to push meat, dairy heavy diets. And what you need to understand is there are a lot of influencers being paid by the meat and dairy industries to push this. I've been offered a lot of money to say things that I don't agree with. I don't say them. I can't be bought. We need to worry about those people that can be bought. So this fear is not aligned with clinical nutrition evidence or the positions of credible organizations like the National Kidney Foundation or Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. So practical takeaways here. If you do not have kidney stones, you do not need to fear oxalates. If you do have a history of kidney stones, focus on staying well hydrated, getting adequate dietary calcium to bind oxalates in the gut, and moderating, not eliminating high oxalate foods while maintaining a healthy diet. And so these foods, spinach, nuts, chocolate, beets, they can safely remain in your diet in reasonable amounts. I consume all of them often. And when I say often, probably daily. Probably have spinach 5 times a week. So oxalates binding calcium, they don't leach it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And there will be citations below this video on everything that I talked about. Got references on everything that I mentioned. And I also want to touch on red meat protein intake and calcium balance because the question that was posed to me by one of my clients, she saw a reel saying that we shouldn't combine spinach and red meat. Friends, our body is smart enough to know that when we combine certain foods, our gut knows what to do with it. The thing is, our gut microbiome has to be healthy enough to do it. That's the problem. The problem isn't combining spinach and steak. The problem is you may have an unhealthy gut to begin with. We can fix that. We can heal the gut. Gut starts healing in less than 3 days if you're working with someone that knows how to do it. I know how to do that. So in summary, spinach plus red meat does not strip calcium from your body. Your body self-regulates calcium absorption and excretion within normal meal patterns. Dairy is not required for adequate calcium, which can be met through low oxalate vegetables, fortified foods, nuts, seeds, and mineral waters. Fear-based food combining rules are not evidence-based and often overstate or distort normal physiology. So keep in mind, our bodies are so smart. We were designed by an amazing God to utilize the foods he provided. The problem is the body's been damaged by the way man has ruined our food. So if you found this talk informational, if you liked it, share it with a friend that needs it, subscribe to my channel because I'm going to have lots more talks like this, and I already do have many talks out there. If you would like me to research, contact me. I am happy to research any topic about health that you can bring me. Have a great day. Be blessed. Enjoy your steak and your spinach. It's delicious. Popeye wasn't wrong.